Well, there are two things when you're reading the paper. One is to know, the latest and the greatest with things that you broadly understand. And then there are things you look to extend your understanding of things. And I find that the FT, particularly some of the long-form pieces, can be very useful in extending your understanding of what's happening in the world.
To be fair, over the last 10 or 12 years I've been reading it, I've learnt so much about finance. I've now got clients in the City of London, so that's jolly useful because I now know what they're talking about. But it's the analysis and the commentary I want to know about. If there's been a massacre in Kenya, that's a tragedy, whether one person's killed or 15 or 50. And in a sense I'm interested, of course I'm interested, but I can find that news somewhere else. What I can't find anywhere else is, okay then, so what? What does it mean? What does it mean for me? What does it mean for Kenya? What does it mean for the International Criminal Court? All these kinds of things, the so what and the what now, that's what I'm really interested in.
It will bring me up to date with what's going on in areas that I may not be fully familiar with. It probably gives me early warning on things that are developing, so I can be alert to that. And generally, at my stage in my career, it helps me to hold my own in my corporation.
There's all kinds of information that you can go back, and not just from the day's paper, but actually go back and look in the archives to see 6 months ago, what were they saying about this company? What are they saying now? How has that changed?
The people I work for are financial specialists, so I'm always having to kind of to catch up with what they work with, what they're working on. And the FT is a good way of doing that.
Industry leaders, in some cases, they give insights as to how they work with their day, the sort of values they have, where their focus lies. So it gives me ideas that I can go and read about. They talk about books or articles or particular companies, and I can go and research those further.
There was a section on Mondays called The Careerist, which is a Q&A session on how to develop your career. And often you get practical tips from that, which I certainly am very happy to say that I do take and use in my own personal career.
I use the Financial Times archive and quite a lot of data as a research tool in my work. So I'm always learning from the FT.
In terms of my own personal development and my business's development, the Financial Times is an invaluable tool for that, because there's always something in it that you didn't know before. And it's also relevant stuff. It isn't just useless stuff you might need in a pub quiz. This is relevant stuff that you need for running your daily finances, running your daily business.
And what I like is the access to links within a story that takes me deeper within the FT, but also to trusted sources that that the FT is giving verification to.
I today even look out for the various tweets that are coming up from the journalists and columnists that I follow, because they often lead me onto interesting side stories in other journals and the rest of it. So it is the comprehensive foundation to a lot of my research and development.
It's a satisfaction of reading something, reading an article where you can really get to the bottom of the issue. They really analyze the issue in great depth, and you have the feeling that they really looked at the issue from many different points of view. So it's really the depth of the research that they do that I find very satisfactory. When you finish reading an article, you have the sense that you'll learn a lot about that particular issue.